Three. What's going on? Once again, it's Talk That Stuff number 128. The week in review. Talk That Stuff number 128. Light panel here today. Let's meet them though. We're waiting on some other people, hopefully, to come on through to Talk That Stuff number 128. In the meantime, let's meet the panel. Let's meet the panel. Up first, in North Carolina, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Mr. Dat Stuff.
Evening, everyone. Evening.
Up next, from Flint, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Mr. Wallace. Praise God. Up next, from Oakland, USA, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for RDO Beats.
What's up? What's up?
And shout out to you out there as well. I am from Jersey, now in Florida. I'm DJ WIDEBODY, and this is Talk That Stuff number 128. Let's get it. And let's go.
I think Phil's trying to get in.
Oh, shoot. I invited some invite. What's going on, everybody? Ortiz. Fields. Boom. Fields has the invite. Let me know. Malik. What's going on? Malik X in the panel. What's happening, everybody? What's going on? Crazy weekend, man. I've had a bad toothache today, been under the weather. I just woke up like at 5 o'clock today. So, as far as me getting up with my thoughts, caught a couple of games, caught the tail end of the first one, caught both of them yesterday. We're going to go ahead and talk about the games. I'm going to do my little football thing real quick. What's happening, Phil?
What up, though?
How you doing, man?
Man, you know, same thing, different day, bro.
Gotcha.
What's going on, Phil? What up, though?
I'll go ahead and do the stats and stuff. We'll get back and holler at anybody, and we're going to get this out the way. So without further ado, here's the Talk That Stuff. NFL scores and stats. Here we go. I don't like that one. Next. What's happening? Once again, second round of the playoffs. This here determines if you win, you go to the championship. If you lose, you go home and watch the championship. It all started yesterday with the NFL divisional round. You had the Dallas Cowboys coming into LA facing the Los Angeles Rams, and the Rams actually dominated the whole game. The Cowboys put up a little bit of fight, but it was not enough to subdue the Rams. And the Rams move on to the NFC Championship. They beat the Cowboys, score 30-21. Dak Prescott, 20 completions out of 32, 266 yards in the air, 1 touchdown. Amari Cooper, 6 receptions, 65-yard, 1 touchdown. And that was it on that side of the house. For the Rams, Jared Goff, 15 for 28, 186 yards passing. C.J. Anderson, this is the player. This guy stood up. He was the MVP of that game. This running back, his came from the Panthers organization. This guy had 23 carries for 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. Todd Gurley, he had 115 yards on the ground, 16 carries, 1 touchdown. This is a 1-2 punch right here. This was the difference maker in the game. It was the rushing game on the ground. Gurley didn't throw up even 20 yards passing. Receiving, Robert Woods was all over the place. He had 6 receptions for 69 yards. Brandon Cooks, 4 receptions, 65 yards. And Higbee got into the action a little bit too. And Gurley did, receiving with 2 touches for 3 yards. But it wasn't much. So shout out to the Rams. They go and face the winner of this next game. It was the Saints in the Big Easy hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Nick Foles behind center. Drew Brees, 40 years old, behind center with the Saints. It was a good game. I watched a little bit of the game, but the Eagles, too little too soon. Foles had a chance to come down and win it. He threw an interception, actually went right through Jeffrey's hands. And the Saints, like they always do, have to end it in dramatic fashion. They ended with an interception. The Saints beat the Eagles, scored 20-14 for the Eagles. Nick Foles, 201 yards passing, 18 for 31, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdowns, and the one that cost them the game. Wendell Smallwood rushing 33 yards and carrying 10 carries out of that. Nelson Aguilar, 1 carry for 12 yards. Darren Sproles, 3 carries for 4 yards, ineffective. Good receiving, Alshon Jeffrey, 5 receptions for 63 yards. Jordan Matthews, 1 reception, 37 yards, but that was a touchdown. Receiving, not really much. So the Saints move on. They're 14-3 record. They take on the Los Angeles Rams for the NFC Championship. This is the game to see who goes to the Super Bowl. On the AFC side of the house, in Arrowhead Stadium, the Chiefs host their first playoff game since before regular helmets were used in the NFL. The Chiefs, 13-4 this year, taking on the Colts. The Colts caught fire late in the season, if you can remember the Chiefs. Damn, the Colts were horrible. Andrew Luck was still trying to get his bearings. Andrew Luck caught fire at the end of the season, so the Colts roll in, but they take on the Kansas City Chiefs team. They're not 13-4 for nothing. Patrick Mahomes came in, a lot of pressure, but shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs. They go on to the AFC Championship. They defeat the Colts 31-13. Andrew Lucky Charms, 203 yards passing, 19 for 36, 1 touchdown. Marlon Mack, 46 yards rushing, and Himes, 24 yards rushing. It was just an ineffective offensive display from the Colts. But the Chiefs, man, check out these stats. Patrick Mahomes, 278 yards passing. He was 27 for 41. Damian Williams, 120 yards rushing, 25 carries, 1 touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 1 carry for 36 yards, but receiving, that tight end was a difference maker. 7 receptions for 108 yards. Sammy Watkins got a little action. Sammy Watkins was missing for a little bit. 6 receptions for 62 yards. And Tyreek Hill also on the receiving side of the house, 8 receptions for 72 yards. Shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs. They move on to face the winner of the Patriots and the Chargers, winner of that game. Moving along in Foxborough. It was the New England Patriots hosting their 75th playoff game in the last 10 years. They're always in the playoffs. Everyone said that Brady was too playoff. They're a different team. That's how they set the whole team up. They're set up to go into the playoffs. The Chargers, man, have one of the best records, one of the best teams stat-wise in the league. They were supposed to go up to Foxborough Stadium and handle business. All the Patriots worked to them was a stepping stone. They were going to come over them and wait for the winner of the Chiefs and Colts game in the AFC Championship. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to let you know that did not happen. What the Chargers did, what they ran up to was a brick wall, and that brick wall was the New England Patriots, one of the worst hated teams in the league. This 12-5 team came to play football today. They came to play football so much that they put up 41 points, and the Chargers only put up 28. That's right. The New England Patriots are on their way to the AFC Championship game once again, probably for like the 5th year in the row. Checking the stats, Phillip Rivers, 331 yards. That is a good good amount of throwing yards you want to have. You want to try to beat the Patriots. He had 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Melvin Gordon, 9 carries for 15 yards. That was a problem. Justin Jackson, 1 carry for 4 yards. The receivers, Keenan Allen had 1 touchdown. He had 75 yards. Receiving, Terrell Williams had 94 yards receiving as well. And that was it. Moving over to the Patriots. Tom Brady. Brady-like numbers. 343 yards passing, 34 for 44. Only 10 drops, 10 incompletions, 1 touchdown. Sony Michael, 24 carries for 129 yards. Rex Burkhead, some guy I've never heard of in my life, 12 yards. Julian Edelman, he got 1 carry for 7 yards. Over to the receiving side of the house, Julian Edelman, 9 receptions for 151 yards. If you can remember, Edelman was suspended for the first 4 games of the season. Well, he was a difference maker today. James White, 15 receptions for 97 yards. Wow, that was his biggest target of the day. Rob Gronkowski, 1 reception for 25 yards. And Chris Vitamins Hogan, 3 receptions for 13 yards. So the Patriots are back, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to the AFC Championship to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. So it's all set. Next week, we'll know who's on the way to the Super Bowl. Will it be the Saints? Will it be the Rams on the NFC side of the house? Or will it be the Patriots? Or will it be the Chiefs on the AFC side of the house? So shout out to those 4 teams. We'll be watching next week. And the scores are dwindling down because not a lot of teams are playing anymore because we have the playoffs. And I will be covering more as far as stats are concerned and stuff like that. So that's it. That'll do it for the Talk That Stuff NFL scores and stats. What's happening? What's happening, everybody? What we got here?
What up, though?
Phil.
What up, though?
Wallace, RTO. What's happening, Malik X?
Yo, I'm here.
To the panel. Hey, what's up, y'all?
What's up?
What up,
What's up, Roderick? What's up, RTO?
What's on your mind, Malik? Talk. What's on your mind, brother? Anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, look, the NFL recap. I'm a Cowboys fan, as you know, so I was disappointed at my team yesterday.
Yeah. Oh man, we know we got room on
look,
it.
Jason Garrett. I think Jason Garrett needs to go. We need to recruit. We need to build that damn secondary. Our damn secondary is shit.
Yeah.
Woozy can't cover nobody.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, if I was Jerry Jones, I would get a real GM in there, and I think Jerry Jones did a pretty good job of. It took a little long to stack that team. They had at one time, if you remember, they had one of the best offensive lines in the league back when DeMarco Murray was behind center.
I mean, well, technically they still do. The offensive
I mean,
line,
they always had that.
yeah, but the Rams had an answer
strong point having an offensive line.
We couldn't penetrate the defense after that first touchdown, so we couldn't get nowhere until the almost end of the game. So we still got to build. We still can improve the offensive line. We need to improve our defense. That's the main thing.
But that's a tough.
In Dak's rookie season, we went 13-2.
We say Bills.
I mean, that's a tough defense. Like you can't y'all have Dallas has a good O line, especially what's that? Is it the guard or the center from Notre Dame? That kid, Zach Martin, I think that's his name.
Yeah,
he's a beast and he anchors that line. But when you're going up against 5 first-round picks, and that's what the Rams got. You got 5 first-round picks on that defensive line.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
And then you got Marcus Peters and Akeem Talib in the secondary.
Mm-hmm.
You could have us three, you could have me, RTO, and Widebody as the linebackers, and we'd still probably be okay.
Yep.
Based on that defense. That
all I'm saying is
and that secondary was that's a monstrous task to overtake.
Yep.
So all I'm saying, and I'm now going for the Rams because I want Marcus Peters to get a ring. So the whole the family, the Lynch family, rings. That'd be dope. That's super town business right there.
That's gonna be a good game. The Rams and the Saints. That should be a good game.
I think the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs and Saints will probably be the Super Bowl, but I really would want to see the Rams get it. That'd be dope.
You know what, RTO? I'll say this. I mean, was the Chargers defense that bad or is just the Patriots that damn good?
Today they were on fire.
Yeah, they did what the fuck they need to do. They played Patriots football. I mean,
41-28.
Why trying to make me say positive shit about the Patriots? But
the Chargers defense didn't do shit. I mean, the plan worked with the Ravens, but we talk about the Patriots and Tom Brady. The thing is,
I wish other things. Well, I definitely wish we played the way the Patriots. It's so many times we could just be fucking playing slants and shit and just going for 10-15 and march up the field, but we gotta go for the long ball and shit.
Yep.
I swear that shit's annoying as fuck. The Patriots do this shit every fucking day, every weekend, and look where they at. They've been doing this shit for years.
But I think it's more so they cater it around to what Tom is capable of.
Yeah.
Because like you remember the year that he was able to air it out to Randy Moss? Ball all the time. Yep. And that was when he was kind of young. Now he's like, even though he can still sling it, he's in his 40s. So slants and underneaths and dump downs are gonna be his bread and butter. And
but it's just they do that shit so fucking efficiently, and I just wish
it though. Like McDaniels, the way he lines up, like, because what was it? It was a play where they had like 4 wides, like literally 3 of them ran crossing routes, but they were all like staggered crossing routes. So like one of them always came open, like no matter what it was. So it's just like the way he disguises it. It's I don't know, man. That dude's a play calling genius, though. I will say that.
I mean, I can't deny that shit.
Hey.
All right. So X-ray looks good.
Hold on, real quick.
Hey, look, wide body. Hey, look, Brady. Here's the thing: when the Chargers play the Ravens, they had an answer for the Ravens defense. And look at this. Technically, the Ravens got a better quarterback than Tom Brady. I mean, the guy can run and scramble. That Lamar Jackson.
He don't have that. He don't have that pocket sensibility yet. He don't.
Yeah, no, he ain't there yet.
No, but see, why is it Brady?
I can't say that.
Why can't teams blitz Brady to rattle him? But it seems like he gets the ball out too fast. That's the same thing. I don't see a pass.
They got those slants and dump downs, bro.
Yep.
All day.
White had 15 catches, bro, out the bat.
You can't just
the Chargers.
Brady don't have to have the ball in his hand on longer than 3 seconds.
Exactly.
The thing is, the Chargers should have implemented the defensive plan they have for the Ravens quarterback on Brady a little bit, or just at least just adjusted it. Where
you could rush Brady, but if you do, you're gonna pay for it.
I know, but the Eagles had an answer for him last year. They rushed him in, and they had an answer for him.
I think that the stars were lined up that game, and I mean, the Patriots and the Eagles, I think they play for Foles though. They play for that dude though, man. They play.
Yeah, they do. They damn sure do.
I think they play for Foles better than they play for Carson Wentz for some reason. When Nick Foles come in the game, it's a different team almost.
How old is Foles? Let me check and see his age.
He's good. I mean, he's big too, and he's tall. He's over 6 feet. That's a nice quarterback to have, and I think he can scramble a little bit too when he has to.
I think that the Rams, when he went to the Rams, gave him a bad deal. He's only 29 years old, so I mean, he could play for another 10 years. The way he plays, he's got an arm, he's tall. Wentz, I mean, not saying he could be a good quarterback on another team. Sending him to Jacksonville when they need a quarterback. I don't know too many other teams, but you know what, Malik X, I'm not knocking Lamar Jackson. He actually got his wings that game. The way he acted in the fourth quarter, the way he came out, he was poised and all that shit. And the same thing happened when they lost that game.
I would say he's more athletic than Brady. Yeah, of course,
absolutely. Pocket presence,
but not even, not yet. He don't have nowhere near the experience Brady got.
Yeah, plus I don't think the Ravens have the offensive line that the Patriots have too. Also, see, Brady seems to get good protection for the first good 3 seconds. When
their left side of the line is very weak. A lot of plays were made on that left side. I've watched a previous game when Lamar. I think they're playing the Chiefs. It was like week 14. I don't know if it was the Chiefs or the Panthers or something, but the same play happened. The lineman got his hand out there and put it on the ball, fumbled the ball, and the game over. They recovered the fumble and shit. But I like Lamar Jackson. They lead a guy in there and don't snatch him out of there. Flacco is another guy that could possibly land on a decent team that needs a quarterback, man. You got like the Cardinals. You got the Jaguars. You might have the Dolphins. I think the Tannehill experiment is nearing an end. Tannehill is not the answer.
Nearing.
Oh, well, I work for two dogs, and Tannehill came out this year swinging. I think he won his first 2 games, and like, well, see, told you Tannehill, Osweiler after he got hurt, he can't stay healthy, and then he's up and down. So Miami might get smart.
Yeah, Miami beat the Patriots too. That's the other thing too. You got to remember that.
Miami got the Patriots number for some odd ass reason. I don't know why, but
that's a good thing.
They did the same thing last year. They put Patriots ass in the last game of the
Miami couldn't make the playoffs.
It seems like that's what happens. They don't make the playoffs, but they like, fuck that. We gonna get the Patriots the business. So this one last hoorah, because fuck the Patriots, and I'm all for it.
You know what I want to add to that, RTO? I hate it when a team, especially a horrible team, gets the first five picks of the draft, and they get this blue chip quarterback, and then the first thing they think to do is to take this quarterback and put him right into battle. That's the worst thing you could do. A la David Carr.
For real though, but I mean, Houston didn't have shit. So they was banking on that motherfucker.
Yeah, you can't have that quarterback. You cannot depend on that quarterback. That quarterback needs to be sitting, getting used to the speed of the game, real time, and learning behind a veteran. Guy that journeyman has been in the league for a while. He might not be having any rings, but he knows how to. He's not been in the league for 13, 14 years, not by mistake, and learn from that guy. And they just
it's the same thing. God damn it. Who was it? Same shit with Eli. Cause y'all had Kurt Warner, yeah.
Yep.
And he groomed his ass, and look what he did.
You ever heard a story with and this what makes Kurt Warner to me a stand-up guy. There was a time when Eli, I think he lost his first 5 or 6 or whatever, and Coughlin was gonna yank out Eli, and Kurt Warner went to Coughlin and said, "Don't yank the kid now. If you yank him now, you'll lose him forever." So Kurt Warner, he could have easily said, "Hey, okay, let me, I'm the starter again." But he went to the coach, said, "Don't yank that man." What if it took him out the game? But it took all his confidence away, and whatever.
I mean, he was already kind of weak in that aspect anyway.
Yep.
Like Eli was the soft spoken, cower in the corner type dude. So he wasn't all out there,
right?
But, I mean, I think all teams need that. They need that motherfucker to be under the wing on.
We good, Wallace?
I think Wallace eating his hospital food.
Yeah, I agree. It all starts to me on the you want to build a team, you start with the offensive line. Usually when you get an offensive line, everything will fall into place, man. Or you better have a 85 Bear defense out there, or that 2000 Ravens defense that, man, okay, you could put a monkey behind center and just don't turn turnovers, Or that 03, 02 Ravens, I'm not Ravens, Buccaneer defense. That was a defense, man. I seen that developing, the Brookses, the Saps, the Lynches, even Barber, they had every layer of that defense. They had somebody that was shining on that squad.
You conjuring up Hurst talking like that.
What? Oh, the Buck. Oh yeah, Bucks, man. I always like the Buck. I like the old Ward Dunn, Mike Allstott.
Yeah, I do too. I was fucking, even though they whooped up. And yeah, I like them.
Allstott used to
whooped our dog ass, but we didn't come prepared to that Super Bowl. That was some bullshit. I'm mad as fuck at that Super Bowl.
Hey, but you know what's crazy? They were saying that, he said, every one of the plays that we practice for, they're running it. Callahan didn't do nothing, man. He's kept the same playbook.
Hey, no comment.
Man, y'all had that. Who knows with the Tuck rule? Who knows, man? Y'all might have been the dynasty. Y'all have kept Gruden. What was the problem with Gruden? Why did Gruden?
I had no fucking idea. Like, I do not know why he left.
Didn't he rub some people the wrong way? Like rub ownership or something the wrong way?
Yeah, I think it had something to do with ownership and management and whatnot. And it was like, we ain't fucking. I think it's like the same thing with us and Mark Jackson. With the Warriors and Mark Jackson. Kind of the same thing. I think Mark Jackson got into it with management and said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
Mark Jackson tells a story when he went to the Jazz and he was out point guard and some plays didn't run the way it needed to run. So they go timeout. Mark Jackson's in a huddle, man, just laying into all the players and stuff. So Sloan didn't say nothing to him. Said after the game, Sloan called him in the office like, "Man, we don't do that like that here." He's like, time for me to go after that. But
like, how the fuck you expect me to teach this team?
All right. Man, you gotta have that X factor in your team that's gonna be either the enforcer or you gotta have some attitude in your team. You can't all be a bunch of nice guys.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, if you're a coach, if you're a real coach, you're gonna hold your team accountable for shit or they ain't gonna learn shit.
Right.
So
Jazz, another team. They wouldn't give Sloan credit and everything. Oh, he was a good coach. They never went over the hump. They probably didn't go over the hump because the way his philosophy was on coaching. Don't pat him on the back and don't hold his team accountable for anything. That mailman Stockton thing and the Hornaceks and everyone else they had in that supporting cast. Those are
Boris the tag.
Right, man. That was a good team, man. There was a lot of good teams that probably didn't play nearly to their expectations because the coach held them down, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sloan was he was an all right coach. He wasn't no Phil Jackson or nothing. You got to win championships. At the end of the day, you could be Lenny Wilkins or and you're only gonna be remembered for you winning rings, bro. Chuck Daly had to win rings. What's that dude name? He used to coach the Pacers. Not the Pacers. He coached the Pacers in the Sixers. Allen Iverson.
No, Larry Brown.
Larry Brown.
Yeah, I was just about to talk about. If Larry Brown was coaching that Utah team, they would have won.
Mm-hmm. He would have, because Larry Brown's an asshole. He's an asshole.
But you're a damn good coach, though, and you gotta be an asshole sometimes. It's your degree of assholishness. So
you can't be an asshole and not be successful. Like, if you're a successful asshole, people will deal with it. But you can't be an asshole and not do so.
Yeah, really though.
Right. Well, speaking of assholes, the Americans, I guess a poll was taking Americans blame the shutdown on Trump over Democrats by wide margins. The full polls find. So Trump is to blame for this shutdown that's going on. I know we discussed a little bit on it last week. I guess the shutout is still going on. And I don't know, has it started to affect things yet? I guess
wasn't there a gun that got on a plane in Atlanta or some shit like that?
Really? I didn't hear about that.
TSA. I think it was somewhere. I just read that someone got on a plane. I think it was Atlanta. It was somewhere.
Passengers carry firearms to TSA screening. Atlanta on a Delta flight.
Yeah.
Atlanta to Japan.
Crazy.
Sure ain't fat one.
Oh yeah, here. Speaking of Trump, here in Virginia, there's a black dude. He's doing a donations program with Walmart where he was gathering canned goods and supplies for people for government officials here in the Virginia district.
Yeah.
Things like he got a call from somebody like who needed dog food. Dog food, the canned goods, like just important stuff.
Yeah.
Trump, speaking of assholes, Trump is the asshole, basically. He's so hell-bent on getting this damn wall.
Did you vote for Trump?
Oh, hell no. You know that. You know that.
I thought you were a Republican. Sorry.
Come on, man. My name is Malik X. I follow and read about Malcolm X and Black history. How the hell am I going to be a damn Republican?
Man, I know a lot of black Republicans that are conscious.
If they're Republican, they can't be too conscious. I think they're brainwashed and mistaken consciousness for stupidity or ignorance. Because if you black and you follow Trump,
I ain't saying Trump. Some
people
people
on a torn cloth and say, "Yes, massa."
Some people they vote the lines. If you're a Republican and you happen to be the Republican dude today, that's how some people vote, man. Even though, listen, we can find bullshit on both sides of the party. Let's don't act like the Democrats are completely innocent, because a lot of their leftist ideals and their ideas are just astronomically just out of this world, man. And like I said, I always say it, I'm not a lefty. I identify with a Democrat, but a lot of their ideals and the way they look at things, I don't. I'm not all with the you gotta say Christmas in school, and that shit to me is just unnecessary. But
of course, I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton either. So one that was as bad as the other. See, it's not about Republican and Democrat no more, because politics on both sides is basically dirty.
And I agree with you, and it's also what the other people can make you look like too. Smear campaigns go a long way, man. Smear campaigns sometimes characterize people. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching a certain program, or you like watching Fox because they got, like, I don't know what's on TV, CSI on TV, you constantly see, campaigns over, someone paying for campaigns to smear this other person about how they, used to own a freaking a slum building, and they shit like that. And this words smear campaigns can also characterize people as well, because we look to them sometimes to formulate your opinion or to define someone's character, as far as that's concerned too.
Yeah. See, Trump has angered so many of his own. He's talking about making America great again, and he's pissing off his own employees by not paying them. See, if they wanted to, they could just walk right out. Because and the thing is, I don't see how the hell he is not impeached yet. But look at this: if this escalates, impeachment proceedings are getting pretty damn close, from what I understand or from what I hear.
It's not serious yet. He's got to get caught with a female and have an affair with her, and she got to get
serious enough. These government employees not getting paid. That's serious enough.
I hear you.
Fuck him being in with the porn star and all that other bullshit. You're not paying your employees paychecks. You supposed to be, you say you making America great again? No, your ass ought to be impeached.
You didn't you missed what I said. I said you got to get caught with a side piece. She got to be, in the White House giving you brain underneath the table for you to get impeached. I said it's not that serious yet. Until he gets caught doing that, he can do anything else, but you got to be able to do that for him to get impeached.
Clinton was caught
fondling. I was going to say Clinton.
Yeah, Clinton was caught fondling, and he wasn't impeached. But what Trump is doing,
they impeached Clinton. Clinton got impeached.
But I'm saying, what Trump is doing now with these government officials, that's enough to get impeached. He's not paying his government officials. They're not getting paid. They got bills to pay and rent, and half of them probably got children. Come on, man. That's a crime what Trump is doing. I'll put the cuss on him. It's time. Impeachment is past due.
Yeah, Clinton got impeached mostly for lying under oath to a federal grand jury and obstructing justice. So he had two articles of it. I don't know how many articles you need for you to have to be physically.
But it didn't pass. The impeachment didn't pass.
Yeah, no, because Clinton served 2 terms, of course.
And they chose to censure him, I believe, instead. Which means that they kind of like waved their finger at him and said, that's a bad thing. Don't do that.
You shouldn't be busting nuts on people's dresses.
Impeachment is very serious. Very serious. You know what I'm saying? So the government, the forefathers of the government built in all these checks and balances, and it's difficult to impeach somebody.
Yeah. I'm seeing now they acquitted them on the 12th February 1990.
Unlimited, but yeah.
But I mean,
so Nixon was the only one that was impeached, right? It's only
been done once. Before, when they began preparing impeachment proceedings, the evidence was so crazy against him, he resigned.
Yeah, that's right. He did resign.
Yeah.
Well, someone got impeached, right? It was only done
one. I want to say Andrew Johnson got impeached.
Johnson was in 1868 because he decided to dismiss some Stanton guy, a radical Republican, and appoint Ulysses Grant in his place as Secretary of War. President Johnson had a reconstruction program that was very lenient towards the defeated South and rejoining the Union. That's
right.
Crazy.
Yeah. Now he got impeached. But impeachment, like I said, is very serious.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
this shit only happened once in history. God damn.
Any type of this ain't Trump. We don't know who Trump was. We're looking at all the facts and looking at his body of work in the last 2 years. would impeaching him, would he be eligible? Would you think that impeachment is warranted? Not knowing, not having any type of feeling towards a man, or what kind of duty is, and what is, but just looking at the facts and shit.
Just subjectively, it obviously depends on what comes out of the Mueller report. If Mueller finds that he knowingly, willingly, obstructed justice and obstructed the election, and then it would be hard to argue against it. The problem is he has, and it's funny, they interviewed Representative Cummings, the old black dude in the Congress. He's the head of all the committees. They interviewed him tonight on 60 Minutes, and he said that it all still has to be based on the prevarication of proof. And the truth is, everybody knows that something happened. Everybody feels like something happened, but he's behind this wall of protection, and the Republicans don't seem to want to back away from it because they're afraid that they'll lose support with their base, which essentially is white supremacists, economically, rich people, this, that, and the third, because on the surface, there's been a lot of things that have happened in the Trump administration that has been positive for the economy. And so they don't want to back away from that by you have more and more Republicans who are backing away from Trump, but overall they don't want to do it because they don't want to lose credibility with their base. Period. And that's crazy. That's ridiculous. And it makes you feel terrible about the fact that people are more interested in protecting their own interests than governance. And sometimes when you lead and you govern, you got to do things that you don't want to do.
Yep.
Things that could be against the grain. You don't want to do those things.
Do you think, I always say, this guy could have did this and that. I said, well, you got to look at situations. Say, let's give an example to, like, say, John Kerry. Let's say John Kerry would have actually beat Bush that second time. You just can't go in and do what you want to do. You got people that got you elected in there that you owe. People that put money in your campaign so you can afford to print flyers and travel the country to so they're gonna want some kind of return. So basically you're not gonna be just able to, you're gonna have to pay them back, and we're paying them back what it means to pass things and to
true
look the other way on something. So it's never just this is what I will say. People think that Trump is the most corrupt president of all time. That's simply not true. I can't say that either.
Trump is the sloppiest president of all time. There's always been movement amongst other people and other interests that have been active in assisting in making these decisions. But unfortunately, he didn't have the political wherewithal to be able to coat these stories and coat these moves behind policy in a way that made more people say, okay. A lot of time, there's been so many instances where he just is not capable of expressing himself in a way that makes people comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Barack Obama did, keeping it 100. Barack Obama did some things that were relatively corrupt as well, or could be viewed as being corrupt, but he was able to be a statesman about it and be a politician about it and make people feel semi-okay about it. And Trump just doesn't have the filters that come with most modern politicians.
Yeah, he was more relatable. Trump ain't relatable for shit.
No, he isn't.
That's for sure.
Isn't. The moves that he makes are so politically ridiculous. It was politically ridiculous. I'll give you an example. It was politically ridiculous to have the conversation that he had with Pelosi and Schumer in public.
Yeah, that shit is
and as the leader, it was his job to say, this is us, we're working together, we're gonna close the door, we're gonna figure it out, as opposed to turning it into, I'm about to try to hold these people in front of everybody so people will know my power. And so this whole thing about the wall is not about, it's a tantrum.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Border security has every rationale behind the wall has been cast down on both sides as being untrue. I mean, is immigration an issue? There's things that need to be figured out, definitely. But are you going to invest $5 billion into it?
The wall ain't gonna stop the shit.
The wall is not gonna stop what the actual issue is. And it's like he doesn't, because he said it was what he was going to do, he has to stick with it. It's like, he on the fucking Titanic.
That was another one part of his campaign, is to build this damn wall. So
and when he was campaigning with it, motherfuckers was like, yeah, right. Like, are you serious? Like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Supported him. We don't really get to, even the cats that support him, even was like, oh, we don't really get the wall, but yeah, we're still gonna vote for him. But yeah, that wall is a little ridiculous.
Right.
That shit sounds crazy, man. Like, even when he, before, because all the walls always been not from Trump, but the wall's always been a topic. And I don't know who actually, where it started from, but the wall thing was not his idea. Him putting the muscle behind it, maybe, but he's the way that when I watched that interview when they were Pelosi and Schumer were sitting there, they were even like, yo, we could talk about this behind closed doors, but Trump kept it up. So they was like, well, okay, you just gonna sit there and bitch slap me now.
And so the Democrats look at themselves. The Democrats look at themselves at this point as being freedom fighters.
Pretty much.
Even though they've done corrupt things and they've made decisions that didn't benefit people. Like a lot of people today are talking about, I've seen people on Facebook talking about Kamala Harris and some of the policies she's put into place that sent more African Americans to jail for minor drug offenses, that assisted in ramping up the war on drugs and this, that, and the third. And it's like, people can paint it however they want to paint it. I haven't made no decisions about who I want to vote for. But at the end of the day, people, the very simple role of the Democrats is to say, you have a president that is absolutely out of control. Give us the opportunity to try to fix this and try to make sure that and here's the new argument, make sure that we have the opportunity to try to save the planet.
Yeah.
Because the climate control response that came out in a Republican Congress, in a Republican government, that was simply disregarded, that's going to become a major issue.
Yes.
In the coming days. I mean, think about everything that happened this year with the fires, the hurricanes. We haven't even had winter.
No snow.
We haven't had winter. Exactly. We haven't even had winter. And this is Michigan, bro. This is Michigan. We have not had winter. It was cold.
This motherfucker don't even think that I believe his beliefs, all this shit don't even exist.
No, I don't think that he disbelieves it. I think that he only believes what is paying him. And corporate interests are paying him to say, corporate interests are saying, hey, if we have to start being regulated, we're going to lose money, or we're going to have to spend more money in ways we don't want to spend it.
But see, here's the thing, that it's going to happen though. I don't see why people don't get behind it. Like the trends are happening. Like if y'all look at the automotive industry, like did y'all see that not buyout, but that agreement between GM and Honda?
No.
So Honda and GM did like a $10 billion agreement. I think it's like $500 million this year and $10 billion over the next 10 years to start looking at electrical engines.
The
minute they figure out how to do an electrical engine that's fast charging and long lasting, gas is gonna be nothing, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's a slow, because the thing is, like, people are gravitating to Tesla, but Tesla's just so slow. Like they can't handle the demand that people want, but people want electric cars.
Yeah.
Like there's a demand for that. And the minute that they meet that demand, a lot of people are going to be broke, because you got to think about it. Then, like, General Electric going to have all the power. The gas people going to be like twiddling thumbs somewhere. So it's a matter of time before all that stuff goes to, like, it's going to be the Jetsons, bro.
Yeah.
And where we go, we won't need roads type stuff.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And I think that when you see I mean, because I've been really thinking about how, you know, people put up the stuff on social media about the whole 10-year challenge to 2009 and 2019. Yeah. I don't think people really recognize how much the world has changed in that time. The world has changed a great deal. And I think in the next 10 years, this rise of artificial intelligence has the capacity to change things more than anything else in world history, because you're talking about creating computers that have the capacity to constantly adjust. Yeah, think for themselves. And I don't think that it's necessarily going to turn into some Skynet type shit or whatever. But I think
my bad. Go ahead.
I just think that computers are going to be able to. Everything is going to be streamlined. So if you are not in a position where you are providing some kind of manual labor, or you're not governing these machines, you're going to be in trouble, because machines going to be able to do everything.
Yeah. It's going to make the person obsolete. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Jobs and shit that normal people would have to do. Like, you don't even have to have toll takers and shit like that.
I'm gonna tell you, I would tell anybody who has the power to learn how to code. I would tell anybody who has the power or time to do so should learn how to code, how to write code, as well as pick up a tangible hand skill, a manual skill, like electrician work, plumbing,
like a trade. Yeah,
a trade. Yes.
Like in my job, like I finally was able to go over to the body shop. So like I work at the Chrysler plant, well, the Fiat Chrysler, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was able to go over to the body shop, and in the body shop, in certain departments, it's only 10 people in there. And the rest of in all of body, it's 70 people that are on the floor. The rest are done by machines. On my one line, I'm in charge of 71 people. Like, so like the interior stuff a machine can't do, but as far as putting the damn car together, like the aluminum or like the metal, like that's all done by machines. All done by machines.
Welding, spot welding, and all that shit.
All is done by machines. So they gonna make people extinct. People ain't gonna have nothing out here in a minute.
Yeah. Man, the whole I ain't saying I'm scared, but lightweight, I'm a little concerned about whatever that program was when that damn computer basically was fucking thinking for itself and taught itself to walk and shit. Because I'm like, we already got these damn things that we got these fucking, not androids, but the machines that's basically walking like humans, and they got the little dogs and all that shit. All it takes is to put that program into that damn computer. I mean, into that robot, and it can start doing all kind of governing shit on its own, doing patrols and shit like that.
Right.
Like, just like on some little shit like houses or whatnot.
Right.
But it's just like, it's just where it could start off, and then just thinking about what it could be 50 years from now. Like, it's a little concerning. So I'm like, how far should we go with that shit?
What's scary is it's not their ability to do these actions. It's their ability to learn constantly how to do the actions better. You know, that is what's really, truly revolutionary. And I hear what you're saying. I think it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing what these phones are doing. And you know what I put on Facebook the other day about phones and all that, man. I really believe that you have technology that completely controls people's lives.
No fucking doubt. Shit. People have panic attacks and shit not having a damn phone.
Just think about it like this. If you were to leave home and go to work and you forgot your phone, let me ask this. Which one, let's say you got 3 miles from your house, right? Which one are you more likely to go back and get if you forget it? Are you more likely to go back and get your phone if you forget it, or your wallet?
Shit, my phone, because I could use my Samsung Pay as a wallet. Shit.
Exactly. The only thing that like your license is in your wallet, right?
Yeah.
The only reason you would ever need to touch your license probably is if you get pulled over.
Yeah. But just on some regular shit to get by from the day. Right. I don't necessarily need my wallet. Like shit. I don't really carry. I carry my wallet still, but it's spending, and depending on what I'm doing. Like say, like I'm being a delivery driver or whatnot. My phone is essential. Like I need maps and shit if I'm going in the area I'm not familiar with, or just a new stop or some shit like that. I'm going to need that phone in order to do what I need to do. I can't call my dispatcher and have him give me turn by turn directions and shit. So it should be essential.
Oh, man, I've used my phone to show my insurance when I got pulled over.
Same here. I remember when that shit wasn't legal. I told the motherfucker, I did that shit. He's like, nah, that don't work, bro. You need actual physical evidence. I'm like, I'm physically showing you this shit on my damn phone. That's my name. You see my license. All that shit match up. Says I got coverage. I just didn't have the paper, and I had to go to court and fight the shit. But now it's all good. Now, like a year later, they're like, yeah, just show them on your phone with Geico or whatever.
Right.
So I got pulled over speeding. I was going like maybe not even 10 miles over the limit. So she comes back and she gives me a ticket for not having no insurance or no registration.
Yeah.
Let's go up to I was like,
no proof.
She was like, oh, hold on, we got it. I was like, shh, trying to look us out and stuff. So I went up there the other day. I had to pay $10. Oh man, petty.
Court fee.
Yeah, I'm like, give him a little $10. Crazy.
Yeah, that's how shit is now. But
I be seeing more electrical little stations pop up, especially like outlet malls and shit.
Yeah.
I'm out the parking lot. I don't know how long the charge is supposed to last.
Hey, my bad, my bad. Go ahead.
You good? I'm done.
Wallace, do you watch Black Mirror? Right on. Because he's talking about all this stuff, man. And you talking about all the social media shit, not just the social shit that we talk about. He ain't there, but still, Phil's know what I'm talking about. He ain't there either, I guess.
You got muted this, man. Amen.
But yeah, man, Black Mirror speaks about a lot of this shit and the good and the bad that it could do.
I forgot.
And it's like,
yes, I know about Black Mirror. Yes.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying about how they talk about the whole social everything and the good and the bad that it could do.
Yeah, that whole like the likes, man. They got a whole depression study behind that. It's like the anxiety for getting a like. Like they said, what did they say?
Yeah.
Somebody said the gratification you get from getting a like with the
better
kids
than having sex or something like that.
Or is equivalent to the that's what
the endorphins that you get.
That you release.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Kids nowadays is that dopamine amount is the same as if we were getting like either if we were hitting a blunt or doing like coke or something like that. It was something that was outrageous that I was like, what?
Dog, I'm glad. Let's talk about the like shit. That, especially it's very gratifying when you put some of your artistry out. I don't know. I'm just saying for me, you put artistry out and you present it to the public, and somebody to come back and like it. You don't even got to comment on it. That to me, I get high off of it, and I've tried to say that it don't matter to me. It does, man. I really get gratification off likes, man. That means that somebody's
but the thing is with you've put something out there that you're hoping the world likes.
Yeah.
Most people do that for like a selfie.
Yeah.
Like bro, it's just a picture of you.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It ain't even just a selfie. You could be taking a picture of a fucking lollipop and he wants some fucking likes for the shit. I mean, it could be the most ridiculous thing.
I don't get the selfies. I'm not a selfie guy. I can say if you changing your profile pic and automatically post like a post. Well, I see something like my daughter. I like what is it with the selfies? I mean, what do you get out the whole selfie thing? You know, I don't comment on selfies. I don't like selfies. I don't say. I just keep on scrolling with selfies. I'm not commenting on selfies.
That's like a woman thing, though. And more females are gonna be.
Unless you like Dixie Freely, you know, he went to transformation. Now that's different.
Yeah.
You know, you got some people just went, oh, okay, hi, how you doing? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't do selfies either. I mean, the only time I ever taken a selfie, it wasn't really a selfie. I was at a block party with some friends, and I took some pictures then with them, you know, with some buddies. I'll post that, but I won't do like my own, you know, by myself.
Hey, Jesus! Is there any way you can record audio?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can record audio. I got some software stuff I record audio. I mean, I don't have it on my phone, but I can do it on my computer.
We'll talk later about it.
Okay. Oh, look, hey, going back to Trump real quick. Look, not only is Trump bad, like I said, as president, especially when he talks, when he does his addresses on CNN and everything, he's digging his own grave. He puts his foot in his ass, basically. Especially when he told the reporter to shut up. That's really
because he's a president, and you can't talk to him like that, and you can talk when he talks. That's what the whole presidency is about.
Okay, man, that's bullshit. You know, you ain't supposed to tell a reporter saying, "Excuse me, shut up, fake news, fake news." You ain't supposed to say that dumb shit.
He's not a politician. He's nowhere near a politician. And back in the day, that would have been a good thing. But you know what? To be in the political arena, you gotta kind of know how to play the game a little bit. And he does not know how to play the game. He's not graceful. He's not presidential. He's nowhere near that shit. You know.
It's more than just graceful. It's tact, bro.
Tact, great. Yeah,
like he has no tact. He has no filter. He has nothing that says, "Hey, let me think about what I'm about to say before I say it, so it sounds right. And if it sounds right, I'm gonna go ahead, maybe buffer it a little bit more, and then execute." Nah, he just goes straight to 0 to 10.
That motherfucker got no publicist.
No,
I probably don't listen.
Exactly. You probably don't listen to him.
Right, yes, to tell no.
He's like, "What do you know? I'm the president."
That motherfucker got more Twitter fingers than Kanye.
I Dodge Stratus. People are afraid of me.
Cause nobody. He be on his shit because he was sitting there and type some old dyslexic ass shit, and he be like, "What the fuck is this?" Shit be all backwards reading and everything. Like, what the hell? Like, this is our fucking president, and he can't spell cat and shit.
So Dan Quayle couldn't scope a potato with a toe.
But man, like, that should be sad. Like, dude, for real. You probably drunk and shit, but still, if you drunk, why the fuck you on Twitter drunk?
Yeah.
Like, you the fucking president.
Living on alcohol, man. That's
you ain't Donald Trump from Apprentice. You the damn president. Some shit you need to put to the side and worry about presidential shit.
Men don't supposed to blame shit on alcohol, on the alcohol. You know, if you knew that you drunk that shit, that you will be out of control or have no tact then you decided to drink. No one forced and put a funnel down your throat and made you drink this liquor. So whatever you do, you're still accountable for it. There's just not this, you know.
Alcohol doesn't give you free will to do whatever the fuck. It's all good because I was drunk, so you know.
Yeah. You know what they say about
I was driving, I didn't kill like 15 people, but I was drunk, so I didn't really mean to do it. It wasn't my intentions, but your ass still going to jail for life for vehicular manslaughter.
Right. It's even worse. It's even worse.
Shit.
What do you guys think about the whole, I guess 50 Cent got into the whole commented on the whole Dame Dash Nick Cannon class shit. I want to say that I like Nick Cannon. I think Nick Cannon has grown up. Nick Cannon's I like how he looks at things. He don't care what people think about him.
He ain't got time to worry about that shit. Man living his life.
Jay-Z, Foxy Brown, Foxy Brown has came out and said in the past that she didn't have sex with Jay-Z when she was 16 years old. Dame Dash, on the other hand, I did some research on Dame Dash, because when he said when the best of both worlds, when Jay got with R. Kelly to do the first one, not only a lot of people didn't understand that they were working on the second one or they finished the second one, but Dame Dash said he wasn't. He told Jay-Z, I'm not in this. You know, I'll stay out of this. And you know, he violated my girl and all that shit. But if you remember, Dame Dash was in the video shoot. He was in one of the videos.
What? With Fiesta or something?
R. Kelly, Jay-Z, he was in there. I think I like to say it was Fiesta or something. He was in there. Dame Dash was in that Fiesta video. So it must have not been too much standing your ground with leave me out of this because you damn sure was in the video. So I don't know. I hope Dame Dash is not kind of guy to just like to just talk, man. And, you know, people, you know, and then you know he's coming up like, oh, you're not supposed to talk about another man's pockets, right? But you used to be the cakeaholic, though. Heard somebody say that. You remember he used to be the cakeaholic? He made the cakeaholic name up. I don't know. I don't know, man. It just seems like to me there's a lot of everything tension and the whole man. It's been a lot. There's been grown ass men messing with young girls for a long time now, and I just feel that we, not necessarily saying we, but people pick and choose what they want to, who they want to hold accountable for that shit, man. You got to be one way. If it's wrong, it's wrong. We don't. No one else is supposed to get a pass with that. Period.
I mean, you're talking about celebrities, so people is always going to pick and choose.
All right. Was it wrong back? Was it wrong?
It's always going to be wrong.
Is it wrong for? But you remember, you know, there's certain states that if the parents give you permission, you can get married at 16.
Yeah.
I mean, so is that wrong? If it's
absolutely.
Law?
I mean, we're talking about laws that was like from the 1700s and shit. And just never got passed.
Wasn't that long ago? Trust and believe.
No, this is.
I think 50s to 60s. You know, I mean, it's man. That's a deep issue, man.
It is.
That's a deep issue. I mean, that's a part of. I mean, when you look at world history, I'm not excusing it at all.
Someplace, yeah. Like some places maybe. Go ahead.
We have a level of civilization, or we supposed to, that says that these are the reasons why that kind of shit shouldn't continue.
Yeah.
You know?
Like it may be legally right, but it's morally wrong as shit.
Right. Because we've given credence to the fact that everybody should have the capacity to be able to make independent decisions. And can a person make those decisions at that age? It's just not. No, they shouldn't. No. Can a 17-year-old say, I love this man, I want to spend the rest of my life with this man, and I want to willingly marry this man or be with this man?
40-year-old can't do that. Whatever. Like my biggest thing is just like this, man. If you can't get somebody, I got a 5-year rule, bro. Like 5 up, 5 down. I'm not touching it. Like if it's outside of that, because at the end of the day, what I've seen about that is there's about a good decade window that, for the most part, we're all the same. Like we all either like listen to the same things, we were influenced by the same things. The minute you get outside of that, there's nothing that we can relate to other than breathing.
Right.
It's like a imbalance of power when you go beyond that range. It's an automatic imbalance of power somewhere that makes it difficult.
And you're gonna be either like trying to like keep up with the Joneses on either end of the spectrum. So if you're like an old dude trying to be with a young chick, you're gonna try to like be hip. If you you know what I'm saying? If you try to catch up with somebody in the older generation, you're gonna try to make sure you got like 6 figures in your 401k to, you know, you play catch up. Like it's just too much, you know, to deal with when you come to that. And it's just like it's almost more so like detrimental to your health if you try to do that. Like, you know, you're not really being true to like yourself when you so I personally don't get it. I'm not sitting up here trying to say like I'm condemning anybody, but I just think it's nasty.
It's about to be 60 years old wearing a silk do-rag and shit.
What conversation do you have with a 21-year-old?
But that's what I'm saying. Like
what the hell could y'all have in common?
You out of the spectrum, bro. You out of that whole like, unless you just a progressive and you listen to everything that's new and you up on everything and you just remember but
we're automatically in two different places in our lives. You just getting your shit started. My stuff been going on for a little bit. I'm looking towards retirement and shit. You just shut up before 1K. Like, there's nothing that me and a 21-year-old has to talk about except for sex. That's the only thing that is universal that we could have in common. And then how far does sex last? I mean, sex can be great, lust can be great, but that lust has the expiration date on that. Lust start turning to some other shit. So
that the expiration date is familiarity.
Right. Like my uncle.
Right.
My uncle's like 80-something, man. He got a 9-10-year-old. Old man. I ain't mad at them dudes. You want to get older, that's fine, man. You want to, you 80, you messing with a 40 or 50-year-old. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, do your thing. We're not having a conversation about how someone's mind isn't fully developed. Because the truth of the matter is, when I was 18, 19, 20, my mind wasn't fully developed, man. I wasn't, man. The big picture wasn't there. I was looking at things differently. I was chilling. I'm thinking I'm supposed to be enjoying my 20s. I want to go out there and meet females and have different girls and just play the game and drink and do whatever I want to do.
Get on MTV Road Rules.
Yeah.
You want to do what you have been taught to do.
Mm-hmm.
By society, really, to be 18 and 19 and not realizing that you was
any of you guys get married in your 20s? Any of you guys get married in your 20s?
Nah.
I was in my 30s. She was in her 20s, but I was in
yeah.
She was.
I've never been married, but I've had
30s.
She was
definitely in the 30s. Like late 20s, I see that. Shit, mid 20s, some people, I mean, it depends on your level of maturity and whatnot, but
man, when I was in the military, man, I knew of 4 guys in my unit that were 18, 19 married. And half of them, dude, we used to go out, we used to get deployed a lot. We come back from deployment, they didn't clean the bank account out, got their abortion and other, reports of other men laying up in their stuff. I'm like, yo, you're not ready to be married at 18, man. I mean, I understand you have a baby out of wedlock, whatever, you want to be a man. Like, that's different, but I've seen dudes meet girls and known them for 6 months trying to tie the knot and stuff, talking about you coming to my wedding. I'm like, what wedding? What are you talking, man? You just met a chick trying to, think that you supposed to be her meal ticket to go all around the world. And like I say, your parents are pushing that because of the small town that we're from, and then nothing being in that town except for a military base and a couple of strip clubs, and a lot of this, the parents. I told you the story on the show the other day. I was 15. I met her father and her mother. I went to go see Independence Day with her, man. And good, thank God I found out. But parents introduced me. They knew that I was over 18. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy.
The simple fact that you was in the military, says enough.
I'm trying to, I ain't trying to wipe. I'm 18, 19. I ain't wiping anything. I'm like Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? I'm hitting at that jab and I'm ducking.
You float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
Yeah.
They look at you like the meal ticket, huh?
Yeah, like, dude, I'm made, man. I went in as an E3 because I did ROTC in school and stuff, and I could imagine what the E1s was bringing in. That money was party money. I stayed in the barracks. I had 3 hots in the cot. I wasn't having no off post nothing. Some cats went off post with their families and shit, but I ain't having that. I was good. That was party money. Shit, I wasn't trying to settle down and have babies. I got married when I was 34, 35. I'm 44, about to be 42 in a couple weeks.
Oh man, you old as shit.
I know, man.
I'm 47. I turned 48 in October.
God damn.
Nah, you young. I'm just talking about wide body old as shit.
Hey, so Malik, what are your stances on that, man? What are your stances on the whole older man, younger woman? What do you know? What
that's typical today. It's a new millennium. Look at this. You got women in their 20s that like older men. I mean, you know, and some of them it's probably rare in some cases. It just depends on the woman and her taste. But even if you're 50 or 60, you can attract a woman who's in her 20s, especially if you're rich or you got some money. You know.
Yeah.
That's my sense. I mean, you're not gonna find that all the time, and a lot of times when you find that, it's on TV, and of course, it could be fake. Like I said, because if you old and you got money, and some young girl comes sniffing around, she wants some of that because she ain't got nothing else. Because guys her own age, they ain't got nothing to offer, you know. And when you say all you got to talk about is some sex, I mean that's cool. Yeah, if you might find some young girls that aren't even looking for money; they're just looking for an older man who's more mature because they've been with an older man before, and they figured the sex is better than these young guys who. They're too what you call premature, you know.
Well, I'm in that situation in real time. So, me and my wife, we just hit it off. We had good rapport. And she got pregnant, and I decided. Well, I told her, I wanted to get married because I already had, my two sons from a previous relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was trying to fall back, and we didn't know each other super well. And I was just proactive, man. I told her, look, we it's gonna be a while before we get to know each other, but I'm in it for the long haul. And I mean, we've been married 6 years. My wife was 20 years old. I was 37.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And but like I said, she, that old cliche. She got an old soul type, stuff like that. But but she is very mature, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's very mature. She seeks knowledge, and she has some experience in her life at an early age. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Been through
man,
something.
her really has some of the same things in common. From previous relationships and things we've been through. So, when I met her, it was like, and it wasn't nothing I really thought was gonna be anything in the beginning, but we just, I don't know, man. Like, we just hit it off, man. It was, it was different, and her people's, and my wife's Caucasian, and so like her people's, it was a little funny, but now everything's chill. You know what I'm saying? But I told her that from the beginning. I was like, look, like, your peoples might, but one thing I say about my wife is, like, no matter what, like, she rolled through. You know what I'm saying? Like, her pops didn't like it at first, but she wasn't one of those chicks that was like, she's a daddy's girl, but she wasn't to the point where she was like, well, my dad doesn't approve of it or whatever, so I can't date you. Like, she didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? She still rocked out. You know what I mean? So, that made me gain some respect for her, because a lot of, not every woman, but some women, they'd be like, look, my dad's not happy. Like, I can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, how you doing? But, Dara, nice to meet you. What's up, man? Hey, man, how you doing? But, thank you. But, that's my take on it, man. I think if the person is mature, I think if both people are mature and they have some things in common, it can work. It's a work in progress, but it can work.
I could dig that. I mean, shit, the proof's in the pudding. Y'all still together. Y'all doing things. Y'all making moves. I mean, look, you like it. I love it, bro. I don't see anything wrong with that, man. Like you said, certain maturity level of people. Some people ain't grown. Some people are 40 years old, ain't grown the hell up. They still act like they teenagers, man. I got a couple, people around me like that just don't, their mind is like somewhere else, man. I got, I have cousins that are, my age, and they're materialistic and shit. It's all about the car. It ain't about nothing else but the car. And by having rims and shit on your car. I've never been that type of guy. I've never really been materialistic. If I can get a deal on something, if these jeans look good and I look good and I'm clean, I'm good. Ain't gotta be Jabos or whatever else kind of jeans these cats are wearing these days. I've never been that name brand dude. I've always been, why would I pay $500 for something when I get the same shit for $200 and it does the exact same thing that a $500 thing would do? Some people buy it, they'll see the $200 and they'll see the $500 and they'll get it for the $500 because it's for $500 and they want to, you know what I'm saying?
Why about you rocking them Lees, huh?
Man, Lees, I can never fit Lees that good because I got a long inseam, man. My legs were mad long, so Lees never really fit me. The jeans that always fit me good were Son Johns and academic jeans. And Echo jeans. Echo had jeans. I could fit some good Echoes too. But those three right there. But Lees, I can never. Levi's were always 501 blue, Levi 501s, and all that.
Ass for Wranglers. Nah, I feel you know shit. I mean, I fuck with name brand shit, but I ain't paying name brand price for it. Fuck that. Like, yeah, I mean, I rock Jabos, but I got them shits at fucking Brothers and Co Factory.
Y'all had Chess King?
Nah.
Oh man, Chess King is being a mall heavy.
Yeah, I'm not spending $100 shit. I spent no more than like $70 on some jeans.
Yeah. Hey, have y'all ever heard of Cavarici jeans, Cavarici pants?
Nah.
They used to be these pants and they had this white strip in the middle by the zipper. Oh man.
I think I know what you're talking about. Just yeah.
Wow, this would be
like Evisus and all them shits. Yo, and I never fuck with that shit.
See Cavarici, dog. I'm gonna show y'all the pants. Hold on. But yeah, the white guys would be way on these, man. You have to have Cavaricis, man. For real. Z Cavarici.
My shit was basic. I just wore Old Navy, so it was Gaps or whatever. Mainly Old Navy, because that's what a lot of people wore out here.
Yeah.
Especially during junior high. Like, everybody fucked with Old Navy.
These right there, those jeans. Had the black pants, but see the white strip going down the middle?
Yeah, no, I never seen those.
The Guidos, you know what a Guido is?
You talking about the Italian as the muscle heads, right?
Yeah, they call them, Guido.
Yeah.
The Guido shit right there.
Oh man. Basically everybody on Jersey Shore.
Yeah. We had Jersey Shore. Man, I remember a time we used to have the MTV came down to Belmar Boardwalk. We had I seen Chris Cross and Das Effects. This is like the summer like 91 or 92, whatever. And we tore that town to bits. And on the front page got my man Wendell. They got a picture of his family in the car. My man Wendell's like karate kicking the passenger door in, man, on the front page.
Wow.
Bad.
So Paulie would be considered an old Guido then, huh?
Paulie. The guy with the big hair?
With the wings.
Oh, Paul. Oh man, I don't know. But
because he always wearing jumpsuits and shit, like velvet suits and all that shit.
Yeah. No, more of a Guido is what's the muscle head in Jersey Shore? The one was messing with that girl.
I forgot their name, but yeah.
Ronnie's he seems like more of a Guido.
The motherfuckers that got all their hairspray and shit and this shit. Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog looking ass niggas.
Word up.
But yeah.
All right. Well, this is people in now. I'm gonna go ahead and end the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank everybody for came through for a couple minutes to check us out. I'd like to shout out to the rest of the panel that usually comes on. I guess busy night, man. So we'll close it down. Been a great time we had here for a few minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, man. I'd like to thank the Cat Northeast Beats, What's up? Northeast Beast, what's going on? I will create Malik X. Dap Dunlap, Malik X, Fields, RTO Beats, Mr. Wallace. And that's it, man. Join us next week. Talk that stuff. Number 129. Also, Friday night, catch the Scratch Magazine Producers Hangout. Also, check out RTO Beats on Twitch. RTO, give me a handle, brother.
www.twitch.com/RTO Beats.
That's what's up. You check them out playing Red Dead Redemption and a few others. Also, check out Tashir Rashay on there as well. The Energetic. That Blessed Girl on Twitch. Also, check the IGs out, Facebooks. Music is, coming from everywhere, every port, every scene, and good stuff, man. Let's peace on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Peace.
Peace. Peace from Talk That Stuff.
Is that math? No.
Bye.